Hello and welcome to Wildlife Watch Moose Invaders. We're here in Fairbanks. This moose was seen at 1 a.m. and it looks to be like a young moose doing a lot of feeding, probably mainly on willows. So I want to provide a few moose facts. Moose are the largest member of the deer family, and there are 4 species of moose in North America. The largest is the Alaskan Yukon race and can range in size from about 800 pounds to 1,600 pounds. They can actually be 6 to 7 feet tall. So this moose was seen at 1 a.m. under the northern lights and was fairly brave, didn't really seem to care about humans, was very interested in feeding. And as you will see in this video, this moose continued to feed during the night and into the next day. This moose does not have antlers and is likely to be maybe a year old, possibly older. Moose are often recognized by their antlers, but only the males have antlers, so we can't tell if this moose is a male or female because it is too young. An interesting fact about moose is that in the wild they rarely live more than 16 years. And if this moose is over a year old, it would have protrusions, antler protrusions, if it is a male. So during the winter, moose consume large amounts of willow, birch, and aspen twigs. And they can actually form a hedge 6 to 8 feet off the ground. They have to spend a lot of time grazing because of their huge caloric intake needs. So now we're going to head into the house at about 4 a.m., where we can see some shots in the window of the moose actually coming up to the window and possibly eating sunflower seeds. I was actually only a few feet away when I filmed these shots with a flashlight in the camera. The moose did not seem to be too concerned about my presence. The dog was barking, and none of this seemed to faze the moose, although it did eventually head away from the house. So this was the furthest, or the closest it came to the house during its invasion. So then, after going back to sleep, and the sunrise the next morning, I decided to go looking for the moose again, and found it at 11 a.m. An interesting moose fact, there are about 175 to 200,000 moose distributed throughout Alaska in many different regions of the state. So this is just one of those moose. And actually, after watching it for a little while, it became obvious that there was another moose in the area. Did not know since the day before, and that raised concern that perhaps this was the young and the mother was around, or perhaps this was the mother and the young was around, and it wasn't a situation to stay in very long. This moose seemed primarily focused on feeding, so I wasn't too concerned that it would charge me. Most charges and incidents like that occur during the rut, which is certainly not this time of year. In fact, this seems like a very active feeding time of year based on the moose I have seen in the area. It's actually end of January 2016. So we're going to end this video with a couple shots of the moose, including one where it moves pretty quick. You can see the snow doesn't phase it too much. So thanks for watching. This has been Wildlife Watch, Snowflake Down. Feel free to subscribe to our channel. Bye.